heard a lot of business people say, and I don't know if you can attest to this because you say you was working out of your house, you had the machines, you were sleeping on a sleeping bag. He said one of the biggest mistakes startups make is they go get this lavish office space, they get furniture for that space, they're paying a mortgage or a lease, and they made no money. When some of the most profitable businesses, the Apples, the Googles, the HPs, Amazon, started in a garage with no overhead. Then you get going. Once you start making money, you can go get office space as needed. Do you think that's one of the biggest mistakes?
That is the biggest mistake. Small businesses generally fail due to overfunding. And people are like, what do you mean overfunding? Just like you said, listen, if your grandmother made really great cupcakes, you don't go and sign a 7-year lease and have a cash machine looks like a cupcake and the chandelier look like a cupcake and the couches look like a cupcake. And you ain't never sold damn near one cupcake.
Right.
You get a kiosk, that you can rent for a weekend in the mall.
Right.
And you sell cupcakes.
Right.
And that's how it works. So, and also the understanding is that money costs, the earlier you take in money, the more it costs. Right? Because if you ask me now for $100,000 for 50% of your business, and I think it's great, and I'm like, okay, here you go. Well, then let's say that business grows to 10 million, and now you need to raise another 2 million. Well, I ain't giving up my 50%. So where you gonna get that from, homie? So,
so in other words, he's gonna have to work. He's gonna have to work on his 50% because you good. You straight over here where you are.
All good. But if you prove your business well enough, well, then you go and get a loan from the bank because they see the cash revenue coming in. That loan's at 8%, 6%. You never know where it could be from. You can do a crowdfunding raise. So people who you are giving out shares in the company, but they see you have 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, $1 million worth of sales. So when FUBU was, we were doing really, when we first started for the first 4 years, I sold to only 8 stores in New York City. And the reason I sold to those 8 stores was I could have tried to sell to 30 and 50 stores around the country. But if I had these 8 stores and I sold 8 shirts a week in it, my job was to try to get up to 10 shirts a week in it. And after the 10 shirts, add hats in there and jeans in there and make the ticket price more per store. Then when I went to get distribution, I was able to say I can replicate this in every store in every city and every store in every country because I figured it out. So that's why I didn't take in capital too soon.
Do you still own the childhood home?
No, I don't. I'm thinking about buying it and turning it into probably a museum in Hollis, Queens.
Wow.
So I'm thinking about doing that.
You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and become an official member of Club Shay Shay, where we do something before 2 something.